Yeah, big fight to the bottom right off the start here, and those guys got a little argy-bargy there, got their elbows out to try to get down there, and you can see just, like I touched on the top of the show, that the give and take, it's not there. Everybody is all take, and you got to be. That's, not saying anybody's doing anything wrong, but you've got to go here, and the top two, of course, are locked in, so that's big for those top two guys here.
So Wilson pulling away from Ferguson. Ferguson trying to hold off Salter. That's a battle for second. As Mattingly is now in that fourth spot. Salter trying to get in one of those transfer spots so it takes less pressure off him in that B main, as it's Ferguson holding on here with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, and Ferguson, of course, we all know, he's a real-world driver, so he probably doesn't have the time in the sim some of these other guys do, but I'll tell you what he's doing better than everybody. He's keeping that car a lot straighter, and I'm going to tell you, on a slick track like this, straighter is a lot faster, so he's got the sim stuff down pretty quick.
So they come around 3 and 4 for the final time. It's going to be Wilson out front, Ferguson in that second spot. See if he can hold on, and he will. It's going to be Wilson and Ferguson that will transfer on from heat race number 1.
Yeah, he went from quickest in qualifying to quickest in practice, and now quickest in heat 1. Like I said, Dylan Wilson, I think, is throwing that marker down. He is...
Everybody trying to find the real estate up front. James Braswell looks like starting to kind of feel things out. He's on the high side of 1 and 2, slides through the middle of 3 and 4. He'll come off of turn number 4. He'll cross the stripe. 4 in, 4 to go. Tell you what, Braswell right now kind of has things in cruise control, more right behind him, but take a look. This is what would be your battle for the transfer spot, Melvin. On the outside right now is Zimmer trying to get past those second and third spot of Moore and Carr.
Yeah, Zimmer's really putting it down up there on the cushion. They kind of pushed the cushion almost out to the wall in turns 1 and 2.
Tell you what, you've got that high side working, but Carr's not going to come off of that bottom. He might have to now. Pressure to the outside. It'll be Moore. Moore's going to take that second spot. Can he bring Zimmer with him? He'll cross the stripe. 7 in the books. Still up to the top. Here comes Zimmer again. Can he make anything happen off of turn number 4? Trying to find something, and it's not going to happen. Heat race number 1 will go on the board, and it is going to be, as we take a look, working to get our timing and scoring fired back up. Thought we were starting to have some difficulty there. It wasn't counting the laps for us. See if we can't get that thing dialed back in, and we'll go to see if we can't take a look at the results of what we had for heat race number 1. Melvin distinctly saw at least 3 different grooves there working in heat race number 1.
Yeah, distinctly it was three rows pretty much the whole way around, but as it started to settle out, a lot of them guys really like getting up on that cushion.
There you see the results of Carrier Heat Race number 1. James Braswell, Jason Moore, Chance Carr, they are on to the big dance. Colton Zimmer, Shannon Ball, Joshua Johnson, Zach Willingham, Chris Santiangelo, and Connor New, they will go to a last chance showdown. We'll take a look at the starting lineup as they work their way around. Looks like we're going to go to the grid for Carrier Heat Race number 2. It'll be Scott Fritz on the front row with Camden Johnson to his outside, Matthew Logan and Jordan McVoy outside of row number 2. It'll be Parker Dixon and Willie Howes to the outside of row 3, the Hawkinsville Hustler, Will Harrington to the inside of row 4, Braxton Barber to his outside starting in the 8th starting spot, and Brent Carlton will go shotgun on the field. As here we go for what will be Carrier Heat Race number 2, and there you get a good look at the Hawkinsville Hustler in the 19 machine. That will be Will Harrington in the Rocket XR1. He will try and race his way in, but Scott Friss will get ready to lead us to green. 3 are locked in, Melvin. We get ready to add 3 more names to the mix off of turn 4. They work through that restart zone. As Melvin can explain, they have to wait on the initial green flag on that start, right, Melvin?
Yeah, they have to wait on the initial green, and then after that, any cautions that come out. Oh, we have a car wrecking off turn 2.
Oh, and it looks like Brent Carlton's going to bring the 224 machine around. The yellow flag will come out. First caution of the AC Custom Graphics 50. We'll see if we can't get a Coolray instant replay of what happened to Carlton there. There you see the initial green working to the tail of the field, goes down to the inside, and Harrington looked like he bobbled big time off of turn number 4 and just caught the nose of Brent Carlton up on the high side of the racetrack, and unfortunately damage. You can see it there, Melvin. He's definitely crushed in the front of that race car.
Yeah, he's definitely crunched in the right front and left front quarter panel.
So we'll wait and see. Race control working to sort it out. Looks like didn't make that first lap. So if you're thinking about possibly if you're wanting to work your way up through the field, you got to try to find a way to make it happen and make it happen in a hurry. If you're joining us, it looks like having some trouble with the split broadcast. Room A having some trouble. Room A having some trouble. We'll see if possibly they could get that transferred to our Facebook page. But for the viewers swapping over, we are in Carrier Heat Race number 2. First caution just came out. Brent Carlton a part of that. Will Harrington kind of washed up off the bottom of the racetrack. So it looks like they'll stack them back up. Race control has set a complete restart of that initial starting order. Melvin, really the right thing to do with not one lap complete.
Yeah, with not one lap complete, you kind of have to jumble up or bunch the field back up is the way it was supposed to roll up.
Side by side. Ooh, there's trouble in turn 1 there on that heat start here with 8 laps to go. We'll stay green as it's Field, Lake, and Barber, your front 3.
Yeah, talk about the just all take. Everybody barreled in down there, and everybody has watched the first heat races and knows they want to be on the inside. So everybody was fighting to get down there, and looks like the top 3 though have settled in nicely here at the front of the pack. As the 71 now is trying to make a move to get to the inside.
So Barber tries to look to the inside of Lake there as they come through the corner. 5 laps to go here in this heat race. It's heat race number 3 as we get our night moving along here for Group A. As Fields continues the lead, we'll be halfway this time by 4 laps to go.
And Jacob Fields has been I've seen him on the World of Outlaws tour here in iRacing. So one of the top iRacers in the dirt late model is here with us tonight. So he's going to be a guy, one of the guys I would definitely keep an eye on here as the night progresses and as the week progresses here.
This is 007 machine continues to lead with 3 laps to go. You got Fields, Lakes, Barber. It'll be 2 to go this time by. As the laps count down, that means you have less laps to try to get in one of those top 2 transfer spots. And Barber's doing everything he can to chase down Lake.
Yeah, with 1 to go here, I don't know that anybody's going to catch Fields, but that battle for second is not done yet. But, yeah, it looks like they're going to stay just as they entered the lap here and take the checkered flag. Fields winning.
So Fields, Lake will move on. Barber, Steele, Jenkins, Rafferty, Meacham, and Knuckles will have to race through that last chance qualifier, and that will move us on to heat race number 4, John.
Yeah, now this is the one that I started going with a little bit too early here. On the pole for this one will be that defending champion, the number 46, Orion Underwood. Next to him is going to be Dylan Perry in the number 7. Next row will be the number 8 of Austin Hunter, and next to him will be the 141. That is Austin McGlone.
And Parker Dixon will race their way in through Carrier Heat Race number 2. Will Harrington, Willie Howells, and the rest of the field will go to one of those 2 last chance showdowns. That very well will put Will Harrington, I do believe, on the front row of one of those 2 last chance showdowns. As here we go, we'll jump into the starting lineup for what will be Carrier Heat Race number 3. Tanner Tomasi will be on the front row. Good fight up front between him and Lucas Ruark, possibly. He'll start outside of row number 1. Bob Klein and Jason Murphy will make up row 2. Aiden Young, one of the Pro Late Model Dirt Series regulars, will go off inside of row number 3. Tyler Rice will jump out to the outside of row number 3. It'll be Matt Prittingen to the inside of row number 4, and it'll be Andrew Schroeder starting in the 8th spot outside, and John Hine, who I do believe will be a scratch He was scheduled to start at the tail of the field. We'll clear that out, and we'll get ready for heat race number 2. And at this point, Melvin, if you're in the race control, what are you telling these guys? Take a deep breath. Let's put some laps in.
Yeah, normally I get on there and I just tell them, relax. It's going to be okay. Not everybody's going to make the show, but just put on a good show. So let's see if it actually works.
So we'll see. Tanner Tomasi, Lucas Ruark on the front row. Of course, Tanner Tomasi out of Pittsburgh, Kansas. Lucas Ruark out of Sewanee, Georgia. Great late model driver in that 5 machine. We'll see exactly if they can hold off Bob Klein, who had a really good Coolray Weekly Racing Series season with us. We'll see who will be the next 3 to transfer in here in AC Custom Graphics 50s night. It's prelim night. Once again, if you're joining us having some trouble with Room A getting to the YouTube channel, they're trying to get that fixed, possibly get that shifted over to the Extreme ESpeed Facebook page. So here we go. Tanner Tomasi, Lucas Ruark on the front row. Carrier heat race number 3 is underway. Klein on the bottom, all the way up against the outside retaining wall. Trying to get a big run was Jason Murphy. Murphy's there in the 4th spot. He'll peek to the outside, but right now it's Klein and it's Ruark side by side. Still, Melvin, we're seeing plenty of racing grooves all around the racetrack.
Yeah, they're going 3 wide, trying to make it 4 wide in some spots, but I don't know if 4 wide's going to make it.
Tell you what, I don't know if 4 wide's going to make it this early, but there is a good dogfight as Klein right now trying to get to the inside of Ruark. Of course, Klein carrying one of our onboard cameras. There you see a good look as he fights with Lucas Ruark down at turns 3 and 4. He'll go to the bottom. Ruark to the outside. They'll cross the stripe. They'll put lap number 4 on the board. Halfway home here in Carrier Heat Race number 3. Melvin, it is a dandy of a battle for that 2nd spot right now. Jason Murphy, the first car on the outside looking in. Everybody kind of spread out here in Carrier Heat Race number 3.
Yeah, they're getting pretty spread out, so I think that talk that the race control guys gave them is sinking in.
Tanner Tomasi now starting to come up on some lap traffic. Andrew Schroeder is going to be the first car. Oh, and Schroeder gets loose right in front of Tanner Tomasi. Looks like Schroeder's going to pull to the inside. Tomasi will hang on to the lead. We'll go back to that battle for 2nd and 3rd as we've got, 2 laps to go. Ruark slowly pulling away now from Klein. Klein now going to have to play defense to try to hang on to that 3rd and final spot as they'll come off of turn number 4. It will be the white flag one final time around the Cedar Lake Speedway here in Carrier Heat Race number 3. Next 3 to lock themselves in right now. Looks like the driver out of Pittsburgh, Kansas on the bottom of the racetrack. It'll be Tanner Tomasi crossing the stripe. He'll pick up the win here in Carrier Heat Race number 2. And Melvin, a pretty competitive, or Heat Race number 3 rather, pretty competitive Heat Race number 3.
Yeah, it was pretty competitive. I mean, you saw them get after it there at the beginning of the race, and I think that's what you really have to do when you only have 3 people transfer.
So Tanner Tomasi, Lucas Ruark, Bob Klein, they will go to tonight's 50-lap AC Custom Graphics 50 feature. Jason Murphy, Aiden Young, Matt Pridgeon will go to the Last Chance Showdown along with Tyler Rice and Andrew Schroeder. So we set the stage now for Carrier Heat Race number 4. We'll look at the starting lineup. It'll go like this. It'll be John Ruggiero Jr. on the front row, and to his outside, hello to Mullet Nation. Jensen Ford will roll off in that 83 machine. Drake Dryman will be on the inside of row number 2 with Zach Chapman to his outside, another Pro Late Model Dirt Series regular. Ryan Smith will roll off the inside of row 3 with Ryan Williams to his outside. It'll be Justin Toll, Tyler Berry to round out the field. Put me in there as a starter, Melvin. Double duty, you think I could possibly announce and drive? Think we give that a shot?
I'm pretty sure we could give it a shot, but if your driving's anything like you're announcing, man, you're going to be at the top of the field.
We'll steadily watch the drivers as they get ready to rock and roll. There you see Jensen Ford, the driver of the 83, the TNT house car, of course, doing some driving too in the Masterbuilt chassis. Good look there. John Ruggiero Jr. Can't say enough about this young man either. already a champion in the World Short Track Championships in that 44 machine. And then, of course, we talked about one of the Pro Late Model Dirt Series regulars behind him, Zach Chapman, going to try to race his way in as he has Coolray on the side of that machine. So here we go for our 4th Carrier Heat Race getting ready to unfold, and the pressure continues to mount for these guys. We've seen really 3 totally different heat races, right, Melvin?
Yeah, we've actually seen 3 really good ones, but, you know, it kind of got squirreled up in there in the second one, but they seem to turn it out all right.
So, going to let everybody know as we get ready to go green here, if you're looking for Room A, check out the Extreme ESpeed TV Facebook page. It is live right now. Room A is on the Extreme ESpeed Facebook page. Here we go with the green flag. John Ruggiero Jr., Jensen Ford, Drake Dryman. That's your top 3. 3 different lines from the top 3 trying to hold up Ryan Smith. Smith to the inside. Oh, man, into the concrete was Dryman. Dryman's going to wash up the racetrack, but Melvin, he held on to that spot. Can he hold it off of turn 4?
Yeah, he did a pretty good job holding it after hitting that concrete wall.
So now Dryman's going to put the pressure on Jensen Ford in that 83. Can Jensen race his way in? First ever time trying to make his way into the Icebreaker 100. Oh, and Jensen gets kind of washed up out of the groove from Dryman. That's going to let Smith come by, and now the pressure's on as we are over halfway, getting ready to be 5 laps complete here in Carrier Heat Race number 4, and it is a mess around the driver out of Johnson City, Tennessee. 3 wide all the way around the racetrack there as you see the battle on your screen, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and it's all happening behind John Ruggiero Jr. John Ruggiero Jr., the driver out of Lincolnton, North Carolina, the Dirt Racing Base Race Fuels. Number 44, the 2021 World Short Track Champion, is on cruise control, coming to 2 laps to go. We go back to the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Dryman and Smith now kind of have things in the books as they have pulled away from the rest of the field. Looks like Tyler Berry now has got around Jensen Ford as well. So Berry will move up to that 4th spot as the white flag will fly for John Ruggiero Jr. Melvin, another heat race where things were kind of slicey and dicey, but they've spread it out here in the long run.
Yeah, they spread it out, but it got really dicey there around Jensen Ford. I think they were trying to test their luck with him.
So it'll be John Ruggiero Jr. picking up Carrier Heat Race number 4. Drake Dryman will go 2nd as we'll take a look at the results for Carrier Heat Race number 4. And those results will look like this. John Ruggiero Jr., Drake Dryman, and Ryan Smith will go to tonight's 50-lap prelim feature. It'll be Tyler Berry, Zach Chapman, Justin Toll, Jensen Ford, and Ryan Williams rounding out the field. Once again, if you're watching and you're looking to get Room A, going to remind you, if you're looking for Room A, it is up on the Extreme ESpeed TV Facebook page. Once again, the Extreme ESpeed Facebook page, Extreme ESpeed Facebook page. That's where you can find Room A. Here we go with our starting lineup for what will be our 5th Carrier Heat Race. It'll be Colton Zimmer on the front row with Jason Murphy to his outside. Shannon Ball and Aiden Young make up row 2. Joshua Johnson and Matt Pridgeon will make up row 3. Zach Willingham and Tyler Rice make up row 4. Chris Santiangelo will make up row number 5 with Andrew Schroeder. Connor New and John Hine will be to the 11th and 12th starters. And Melvin, I am looking at this, and it looks like we might have shifted to one of our 2 last chance showdown races.
Yeah, I think it skipped 5 and 6. I don't know why it would have done that, but, you know, iRacing has its way of doing its own thing.
Well, we'll go back and see if we can't advance as we are in what would be our first of 2 last chance showdowns.
Green, green, green.
No pressure, just got to finish in the top spot. Green flag is in the air, we're underway. Zimmer and Murphy. Zimmer to the bottom, Murphy to the high side. Young right there in the mix. Of course, Young picked up a big win in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Melvin, he did that at Volusia last year during the Winter Nationals, and this young man has definitely been one of the guys to watch in the 2022 season.
Yeah, Aiden's been driving his tail off, especially in the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, so I'd like to see what he can do against these tougher guys.
There you get a good look at Jason Murphy as he's going to throw the slide job, trying to get around Zimmer. There you get a look down the back straightaway. They'll slide off down into turns 3 and 4. Back to the top side will be Murphy. Murphy cuts back into Zimmer. Man, I tell you what, Aiden Young is right there, Melvin, trying to be patient, trying to make it happen, but not a lot of time to get there, and got to finish in that top spot.
Yeah, he's trying to be patient, and I think what he's trying to do is wait for these guys to hit each other and just scarf that lead right out from underneath of them.
5 laps in the books for the 12 that make up our Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown. Number 1 up to the top side. They'll come off of turn number 4. It is still Jason Murphy, Colton Zimmer, Aiden Young would be your top 3 for the moment. Halfway home, starting to fade now is Zimmer. Zimmer's starting to fade back to Aiden Young. And I tell you what, we've seen Aiden Young work the bottom of the racetrack this season on the tour. If he can get the bottom dialed in, he's one of the best at it. But right now, they are all chasing the 65 of Jason Murphy. And Melvin, he looks like he's actually gaining some speed.
Yeah, it looks like he's starting to open up a gap on second. And Aiden looks like he's starting to fade back into fourth.
So they continue to work their way through this last chance showdown, coming to 9 laps complete, 9 of the scheduled 12. And it is still a 2-man race for the moment. Melvin, here comes Zimmer. Zimmer starting to put some pressure on that second spot. Will go inside and right along with Colton Zimmer as he tries to race his way into tonight's 50-lap prelim feature.
Well, let's see if Aiden can get it done and start reeling these guys in with just 2 laps to go.
Tell you what, the top 2 for the moment. There you see the gap back to Aiden Young in that white car. The top 2 as they are going to be coming to what will be the white flag. It's still the top 2 out front slowly pulling away. Can Murphy hold on? Can Zimmer get a run on him? We'll watch. They'll go off of turn number 4. They'll see the white flag final time around the Cedar Lake Speedway here in Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown number 1. Zimmer to the inside, Murphy to the outside. He'll throw to the bottom. Is it going to be enough? They're side by side off of turn number 4. Who's moving on? Who's going home? It will be Jason Murphy picking up the win here in Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown number 1. And Jason Murphy will find a way to put that 65 machine into tonight's feature. How about that race, Melvin?
Man, I think that was the best race yet to go tonight. I mean, they've put on one heck of a show out front.
So Jason Murphy will pick up the win in the Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown number 1. Colton Zimmer second, Aiden Young third, Shannon Ball fourth, and Joshua Johnson in the Vortex Motorsports entry, another regular on the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series season, will round out what will be Last Chance Showdown number 1. And we jump right straight into Last Chance Showdown number 2. And there you see the Hawkinsville Hustler, Will Harrington, going to be on the front row. To his outside, the 500 of Tyler Berry, another driver that had a really, really good weekly racing series season. Willie Howells will be to the inside of row number 2 with Zach Chapman to his outside, starting in the 4th starting spot. Braxton Barber will roll off 5th. Justin Toll will go 6th. Jordan McVoy will go off 7th. Jensen Ford will roll off in the 8th spot. Matthew Logan, Ryan Williams, and Brent Carlton will round out the field here in Last Chance Showdown number 2. Melvin, this is it. Last chance to race your way in. Last hope of making it into one of those prelim features tonight.
Yeah, if you're going to get anything tonight, right here is where you got to get it. You got to make that move through. You got to get that last spot. You got to make it count.
So we'll get ready to try it again as our final Last Chance Showdown up right now. Will Harrington on the front row. Up to the top side, Tyler Berry. The guy to keep an eye on is here we go for the final Last Chance Showdown of the night. Green flag is in the air. It'll be Will Harrington to the inside, Berry to the outside. Tell you what, Barry's not going to let Will Harrington slip away. Melvin, you can see right there, Barry trying his best to get to the inside. He will. He'll stand it up. The left front tire was almost 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah, Will tried to pinch him. Will tried to pinch him going into that corner, and he was not having none of it.
And the caution flag will come out. Caution flag going to come out. We'll go to a Coolray instant replay. I don't think Will Harrington was involved in the caution. We'll go back here and see if we can't find where that caution would have been. We're getting to watch Jensen Ford. I'm not really sure where the caution was at there, Melvin. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything out of the corner of your eye?
No, I didn't actually see anything happening. I think they might have wanted to just check him up and have these guys keep it calm.
So they will rack them and stack them back up, still looking to see possibly what might have been that caution. I don't see anybody going to the tail of the field as of right now. Justin Toll is at the tail of the field, the Hood Up Motorsports entry. He'll be at the tail of the field. But didn't quite see what might have happened, but still, how about that move from Tyler Berry? Melvin went to the bottom, stood the left front tire up off the ground, got Will Harrington up off the tires, and was able to squeak by. Don't think Will won't keep that in the back of his mind going forward.
Yeah, I think Will realizes these guys will do anything to get around him, and I think he's going to have to use the same philosophy.
Got to try to race their way in to tonight's 50-lap feature, which will be coming up shortly into that restart zone. Tyler Berry got a really good restart, and I go to you on that one, Melvin. He was past the center point of turn 3 and 4. Looks like that restart might actually give him an opportunity to possibly pull away with this thing.
Yeah, that restart zone that they have tonight is a little earlier than what I would probably suggest, but I mean, if it works for you, make it work.
And it is a mess. Jensen Ford back there, he's driven up to the 4th spot, and Will Harrington just kind of getting thrown around at the back of the field. There you see him and Matthew Logan getting into each other. Man, they were 5 wide, Melvin, at one point. Still 4 wide off of turn number 2.
Hey, man, they know that the pressure's coming and they got to go. Oh, we got another car around.
And it looks like Matthew Logan has flipped it up onto the top over at turn number 3. The Coolray instant replay. We'll take a look. Saw most of that unfolding in front of your eyes. Logan goes up the racetrack. Harrington's going to turn down the hill. Oh, and just kind of got a little bit of contact together. And then that was the end result. Everybody racing in tight quarters there. We'll see if we can't get another look at it. See Harrington to the high side. There you see Logan to the inside. Harrington's going to cut in. Looked like the 19 Melvin might have just got a really good run off of turn 2 and then carried that momentum, it looked like, all the way into the fuel cell there of Logan.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't have anywhere to go and he wasn't going to lift to use that momentum. So it looks to me like Will Harrington's at fault in that one.
So possibly Harrington getting the EOL. Now that does not end his night. That'll just send him to the tail of the field. There you'll see the 19 machine go to the tail of the field. He'll go to the outside of Justin Toll. So it'll be out front, 2 identical looking cars. That is an announcer's nightmare. Tyler Berry gets on the loud pedal. Those solid white cars of Berry and Howells. Howells for the moment going to have the spot, but Braxton Barber now, Melvin, he's starting to make some noise in that 27 machine. Oh, and we got them piled up now. It looks like we have junked them off of turn number 2. And no caution flag as of yet. I was looking to see if the caution flag come out. It did not, so we'll stay green out of turn number 4. Checkered flag. It'll be Tyler Berry finding his way to victory lane. Willie Howells will go 2nd, and Braxton Barber looks like he will lock down that 3rd spot. Melvin, couldn't quite see just off of camera, but it looked like they piled them up, but I'm assuming track didn't completely jam up. That's why track officials allowed that to continue. So track officials allowed that one to continue. There you get a look at tonight's Last Chance Showdown. Combs Cut's Last Chance Showdown number 2. Tyler Berry picks up the win. Willie Howells, Braxton Barber, Brent Carlton, and Ryan Williams will round out what will be your top 5 from that second last chance showdown. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and get ready for tonight's feature. It is the AC Customs 50. Next up, it's go time in our main event.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked